Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to Smiley Said It. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Cam Newton, who is absolutely garbage. I can't stand this man. He's also a narcissist, sexist, a misogynist, an asshole, a liar, a cheater. Let's do a little quick rundown, but I just wanted to do this video because I watched an interview that he had and it was very disturbing, the language he was using. I just want to talk about that real quick. He said what we already knew about someone like him. The idea that a woman and a man can't be platonically friends is concerning to me. A man and a woman should be able to be friends without it being sexual or romantic or any of that. If you're a guy and you literally can't just be friends, strictly platonic, that includes your coworkers, that includes your boss, that includes the girl that bags your groceries at your local supermarket that you see often. If you find a woman to be attractive and you just simply can't be friends with her because your penis is having a mind of its own and you literally can't control yourself, where you can't even look at a woman as a human being, actually look at women as if we have more to offer than what's between our legs, you're a person that I consider to be dangerous. I have platonic friends. I'm friends with guys. Even some of my closest friends were guys. This is who Jasmin Brown procreated with.
You have any platonic relationships in your life right now?
With the woman?
Yeah.
No.
Is that by choice?
I'm not about to be around no woman platonically. Listen.
We gotta unpack this, Cam. Why?
Because I'm not about to play them type of games.
Is it self-control?
Call it what you want.
I'm asking.
Call it, it may be self-control.
I'm asking.
If she fine, I'm not about to have her around playing like I don't think that she's attractive.
Jasmin Brown, aka Doodoo Brown. Doodoo Brown, hey. The reason why I call Jasmin Brown Doodoo Brown is because she admitted, I'm going to play the clip during an interview with Shan, that this was like a couple of years ago. Her and Cam have anal intimacy and she doesn't like it. It's uncomfortable. She even admitted that it hurts and she still does it for him. And she still decides to use her booty hole as a way for him to get pleasure, even though she's not being pleased in the process. Because according to Jasmin, she likes to give, you know, she wants her man to feel loved and she knows his breathing pattern when he's sleeping. The girl is delusional.
This person and I feel safe.
Do you have an example?
Anal. You're like, have an example? Yeah, that.
Do you do it for you or do you do it for them?
I do it for him because for me, I'm not at a place where I like it yet. We had one successful time.
Does anal become an act of submission because you're letting your partner do something to you that doesn't necessarily feel good for you, but you know that it feels good and maybe powerful for them?
I think it feels more powerful for them than it feels good because you're getting nowhere. It hurts. It's like, okay, like if he wants to,
but he can still orgasm from it.
I think it's just the butt is just so tight and so untouched. And I think it's the fact that nobody's been in there but him.
Bitch, you better be joking.
It was good to see the interview again with Shan that Jasmin had, because I actually did correlate it. Because everything that Cam Newton said in that interview with that guy, I'm sorry if I forget his name, he seemed to be a decent guy, because he did challenge Cam on the fact that he can't be friends with women outside of viewing them as a sex object. When Shan asked Jasmin if Cam has an A+ in his studies of Jasmin, because Jasmin said, oh yeah, I've studied Cam, I know him very well, I get an A+. When Shan asked her, does Cam feel the same way about you? Does he know as much about you? She was very hesitant to answer because he doesn't look at Jasmin as his equal.
It's like an 8 count. Know that dance. You better know that 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, dishes clean. 2, laundry. 3.
He doesn't look at any woman as his equal. He looks at Jasmin as the incubator that she is, as the housemaid that she is, as the therapist that she is, that she signed up for. Because I know a lot of people are like, why are y'all giving Jasmin a hard time if that's what she wants? If she wants to please her man with her booty hole, even though she doesn't like it, even though she's compromising herself in the process of pleasing this man who does not respect women at all, including her.
It's not realistic. It's just not realistic.
Because he's cheated on Jasmin and admitted it.
As long as I've been with Jazz has not been the only person that I've had sex with. And I hate that I embarrassed her because no woman ever wants to admit that openly.
Admit what? I'm sorry, I want to make sure.
That their person has not always been with them. What has allowed us to begin to get closer in a relationship is that I don't feel that she judges my action. She holds me accountable to my action. And she asks me certain things that, yo, how can I do certain things to better so that this won't be a normalcy for you moving forward?
Why?
What type of respect is that? What is going on in that household? You get what I'm saying? Where a woman is proud to be a maid and be on her back for a man that literally doesn't respect her. Jasmine be proud as hell to be the fool that she is.
I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child. Someone said, ooh. Right, couldn't have been me. All right, so the rich nigga put that pressure on you.
You have one person who's a narcissist, Cam, and you have another person that wants to be perceived as this empathetic, nurturing soul that just wants to take care of her man. No. That's not what's going on, Jasmine. Jasmine said, I'm going to give what's in my heart. If I get nothing back, that's okay.
That's exactly it. I'm going to give what's in my heart. And if I get nothing back, I'm okay.
But you don't care to get anything back from a man that you had children with. But you literally risk your life to give Cam children. And he turns around and says,
If I'm around a woman long enough, I'm going to find something good in her that attracts me.
Okay, and when you're attractive, what then happens? When you're attracted, what then happens?
Sex.
Oh, God damn, Cam.
if I'm around a woman long enough, I'm going to find something in her that's attractive to me. And he is going to want something out of it, which is sex. Your man, Jasmine, your man can't be around attractive women, which are everywhere. I'm pretty sure that he works around or works with. He can't be around them. And I'm pretty sure that makes you feel good. I'm pretty sure you're like, see, my man knows how to control himself because he knows his limits. So he knows not to be around no attractive women because he got me at home. But at the same time, he's already cheated on you, Jasmine. Which means he is around attractive women that he calls Platonic. I don't know if he's doing a play on words, a play on words, or he literally doesn't know what Platonic is, because Platonic is literally everything but sexual and romantic. Like, it's my coworker, you know, that I have to work beside every day. And there's not a damn thing going on over there. I'm not looking at my male coworkers like, oh, he's handsome, which means I can't be around them because I might want to jump on that. Jasmine should be enough, right? She had your children. She's cooking and cleaning, always on social media, priding herself that she loves to do dishes and she loves to clean and she loves to do all these things for this man that literally can't even respect her as a person, let alone the mother of his children. But when he put the pressure on you, head ass, like, girl, what? The pressure is what? The guy that's being interviewed, he's like, when you're attractive, what happens next? And then Cam goes, sex. Consensual? Because if you're attracted to beautiful women that's around you platonically, is she aware of that? Is she aware that she's around a man that can't control himself, that's impulsively disgusting, who's a sexual deviant, who has no morals whatsoever, but he came from a two-parent household? That counts, right? Are these attractive women aware that he has no control? Because to me, that seems like a predator. Because if the woman's not aware that a man like him is around her, but she just so happens to be attractive and just minding her business and just handling business, whether she's single or not, whether she's gay or not, don't matter. I'm sure to him, he probably doesn't even take lesbians seriously. He probably think lesbians are just playing around and actually really, really want penis. He gives me that type. Cam Newton gives me that type of vibe.
I just told you, I don't have no attractive woman that I'm cool with that I do not have plans on stabbing.
I do not be around attractive women that I do not have plans on stabbing. Meaning having intercourse with his penis. He's using his penis as a weapon. That's what he's describing his penis as. Using violent terms like stabbing, smash. Y'all know the words that men use to describe having intercourse with women these days. Well, it's always been gross. But to me, it's really terrifying to see so many men defend Cam's behavior by saying, that's just men's nature. At least he's being honest. At least he knows his limits. At least he's protecting, you know, what he got going on with Jasmine. No, he's not. But yeah, he's a man. That's what men do. We can't be around you females. We can't be around you attractive females. That shit's too much. I ain't got no power. And when Cam was like, I'm not about to play those type of games. And I'm sitting in my head like, What type of games is it where you don't know how to respect a woman for just simply being a human being, but you have to see something in her that you may find attractive enough for you to want to have intercourse with her? Like, you just can't look at her as a human being that you encounter, that you see in passing, you know? I just don't understand. Does he think that attractive women are meant to be a thing for him to smash? Like, are attractive women for his own purpose? I'm so confused by his whole ideology of men and women cannot be friends without it being sexual. Yes, there are men that believe that, which is why women have to be careful with men that deem to just want to be friends, even after a breakup. You have to be careful with like men that have expressed, right, any form of interest in you, sexually, romantically, whatever, and then turn around and be like, okay, that's cool, but can we be friends at least? No, you've already demonstrated that you're not capable of just being friends, because that would have been the beginning, right? Or unless you would have been friends with me, it would have just waited your turn to get a piece. Which men do as well. Some men will be friends with you just to wait their turn, which is desperate as fuck, but it happens very often. The honesty in Cam Newton's so-called "I'm a man" rhetoric shit, uh, it's giving violence, it's giving predatory, it's not giving what he thinks it is. It's not giving "I'm a disciplined man," which he knows he's not, because if you were, you would have never cheated on Jasmine, or even said that you don't know if you can ever marry her, because that just seems too much like a commitment, you know? And then you have people in the comments, especially like men. Oh, see, y'all can't accept the real honest truth about from a male's perspective. Y'all can't handle the truth about what men really think. No, we can. We just think it's bullshit. Like, we just think the shit is dumb. And then there's the other side. And then somebody was like, well, I agree, because usually when women are in relationships with men, those men don't want her being friends with men. Yeah, because men know other men and how men operate. You're not saying anything that we already don't know. The problem is, a woman should be able to be platonic with a man that's not her partner. If he's jealous or think men are dogs, that says more about men, not her. Because she can very well be platonic with a man and he may have some sneaky intentions, you know? But that's a man's problem, right? If men don't trust other men, you don't tell the woman you can't go near him. I've dated men that had female friends and didn't think anything of it, you know? I had one male friend that I was really, really cool with. He ended up getting into a relationship. She didn't like the fact that him and I were friends, even though we were friends before he even met her. He picked her, you know, over our friendship. And I was like, damn, that hurts. But we weren't meant to be friends. If someone new can come into your life and then try to change your life around and lay down bricks and rules and shit, maybe that person shouldn't be dating someone that knows how to be in platonic relationships with other people, because you can't demand for someone to change their relationships with other people even though they're platonic. Like, if you're insecure, that's a problem that you need to fix regardless of who you get into a relationship with. Like, if someone is going to cheat, they're going to cheat. I would just tell the person, like, hey, I do open relationships. Are you cool with that? And if they're not for me. I don't then be like, I'm looking for a relationship and the person is looking for a monogamous relationship and I get into it and then I cheat. And then I'm just like, well, it's in my nature. I'm a woman, you know, I can't help myself. Like, what? I've had male friends as well that didn't last because they ended up liking me. And what happened was, during one of those friendships that I've had with a guy, we went out to a concert. I think it was Maxwell, and he got us front row tickets, like the best seats I've ever had. He mentioned like how a guy was like flirting with me. I forget, it was like at the concessions or something like that. And I'm like, "Why, are you jealous?" He was like, "Yeah," he meant it. And I'm like, "Oh, well." I mean, we stopped being friends because he really liked me, to the point where he was stalking me and he was making fake pages. It was ridiculous. That's another story time. But yeah, he ended up liking me to the point where he made it my problem. He made it my fault that he was attracted to me, because he spent all this money on these tickets and we would go out to eat. And I'm like, well, that was on your call. You could have just been like, hey, you want to split? I would have been like, cool. But you led with the idea that you doing all of this would make me fall in love with you. And that is deception, right? That's manipulation. He didn't communicate the fact that he wanted to be more than friends. He just started doing these things. And I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of you, right? You're my friend. I do stuff for my female friends. And the thing is, I like women too. So if I do something kind for a woman, I'm not trying to manipulate her into liking me. It's because I'm doing something platonically nice, you know? But the discernment is on the man. The discernment is on Cam Newton. When he's around attractive women, women and men should be able to be friends without thinking like sex. Like I don't get it. I know Cam is around attractive women all the time. He had Cheyenne. He interviewed Cheyenne, and Cheyenne is a beautiful woman. I know he didn't have intercourse with her. So he is capable. He wants to make it seem like a beautiful woman just can't exist in a room around him because she took his power away from him. It's giving like I have no control as an athlete, which we know he's disciplined because he knows how to be disciplined because he's an athlete. He knows how to diet, I'm sure. He knows how to show up to the gym on time, I'm sure. So you mean to tell me you don't know how to be around a beautiful woman without you wanting to poke her or stab her, so to speak? For Cam to even use the word stab when it refers to having intimacy with women, it highlights why Jasmine is the perfect victim for him to have anal intercourse with her, even though it hurts her. He doesn't care about that, right? He wants to be pleased, even at the expense of her being uncomfortable. He enjoys that. I'm pretty sure he gets off on the idea that she might be even moaning in pain. He gives me that type of person. And she's just up there proud to be living with a man like that. Like, there's no way. At my grown age, there's no way I would be in a relationship with a person that can't be platonic with the opposite sex or gender. If I was to be in a relationship with a man, he should be able to be friends with other women without me feeling like, oh, he's going to want to have sex with all of them because they're all beautiful, just because they're beautiful. You know, women actually are more than just being beautiful for your eyes. Like, we actually offer more than what's between our legs. Like, is this like a new concept for him? I know a lot of men view women that way. That's called misogyny, but in sexism. But does he genuinely like believe every attractive woman is kind of like meant to be at his expense if he gets close enough to her, if he's smooth talking enough? I want to know the women that he's cheated on Jasmine with, if they never mind. Jasmine also mentioned that she makes it easy for a man to be with her. Like, she makes it easy for the man to get home and not have to worry about anything and, you know, whatever. She wants to be a man's peace. You know what that means, right? Very biblical. I don't even know. I mean, she might be Christian. I don't know. But you should never want to be someone's peace when you're being disturbed in the process, right? Like, Jasmine is crying in the shower because she feels like she doesn't want to express her emotions with Cam because he might get annoyed with her, which is telling because why would you be in a relationship with someone that you can't confine in when it comes time to, instead of bottling it up because I'm a strong woman, he's already dealing with enough in the world. Girl, what? He's a millionaire. Like, what are you talking about? And women like Jasmine makes it so easy for men like him to be confident and bold, to get a platform and speak the way that he does. And because she's going to be right there. Even though he's literally admitted to cheating on her more than once, even though he's admitted to viewing women that are attractive as someone that he can't be close to because he might want to stab them, okay? And I had to check this guy because he was like, men have always, pretty much he was like, oh, men have always been using these terms. And I'm just like, just because that may be the case doesn't mean that every fucking woman likes it. Do not refer to intimacy with me in any violent way. Don't do it. Poke, stab, bust, bend, or like whatever. Ugh. That shit is so nasty to me. You can tell a lot by how a man talks about how he views intimacy with women. That's what I'm saying. Like, these men really don't need to get rid of the podcast because we've learned a lot about how men how men literally think of women in the worst way culturally. The red pill, all that, we've witnessed it, we've seen it, and these men are bold with their hatred towards women and how they view women as sex objects. And so that's why I said, if you hear a man refer to a woman as a female, those females, run. Do not even entertain him to any extent run. And if a man still doesn't understand why a woman gets offended by being called a female, that's his problem. He can Google, he can do his own research, or just actually listen to what women are telling him. If a woman says, I don't want to be referred to as a female because it's derogatory and this is why, and he's going to tell me that I'm being sensitive or it's not that deep or it's not that serious, he's an asshole and he's trash. He does not respect women. There you go. There you have it. You're not going to wither me down to my anatomy, to my vagina. I'm a woman. I'm an adult female, which is called what? A woman. Unless I want to be labeled something else, you know? But as far as my gender goes, if you're referring to me as a woman, refer to me as a woman. Why are you calling me a female? A female what? A female dog? A female cat? A female cow? Like, a female what? A female? Something follows after that. A female singer, a female dancer, a female athlete. Those are fine, but when you just referring to a woman as a female, just female, yeah, you need to do a little bit more studies or listen to what the fuck women are saying. All right, when we having these discussions, don't be blabbering your mouth off trying to tell us about us and what we like and what we need to be called. I'm a woman. And lastly, I wanted to talk about the whole friend zone thing. How often I hear men saying, oh, she friend zoned me. She friend zoned me. No, she didn't. You don't know how to admit that you have feelings for someone or communicate it. You assume that she knows how to read your mind. You assume that she's supposed to stop you when you're offering her goods and shit and taking her out as a friend that y'all both agreed upon. No one can friend zone you because you're not entitled to be in a relationship with someone. Duh. Unless she's literally, I know there are women that, you know, do use men based upon the resources that they have. I get it. I'm not saying they don't exist. Hold on now. But what I'm saying is if you actually have a platonic friendship with someone and you're starting, like I said, the situation that I had, and you're starting to catch feelings for a woman, just say, hey, you know, I know we're friends, but I'm falling for you. I'm catching feelings. And I don't know how you feel, but I just wanted to know if you felt the same way. And if she doesn't, and you can't continue being friends with her because you can't separate the fact that you have this romantic attraction for her, be honest and let her be. And you go find the person that you actually deserve. Like, that's another thing. Like, people are so hell-bent on, people are fixated on others that they feel like they can, like, I don't know, alter or like change. You can't make somebody like you the way that you like them. Even if you're this great person, you know, even if you are attractive, you can't make other people like you, whether it's romantically or platonically. I did see a lot of men come for Cam and they're like, hey, that's not how I am. You can't speak for me. You know, that's predatory behavior, sir. You know, the alpha males, they're like, real men, real alpha males know how to control themselves. Which is, you know, they got the point across, you know, but shout out to the men that get it. And shout out to the men that watching this that get it too, because goddamn, you should be able to be friends. Even if you find her attractive, you should be able to literally just look at her for who she is as an individual. You get what I'm saying? And see past the veil of superficial shit, you know? Like, what are her hobbies? Like, what is she educated in? What common grounds do you guys have? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shit that we can talk about with each other without involving sex. I'm pretty sure that we can play video games without thinking about having intimacy. I'm pretty sure we can go to the movies and go out to eat and walk the beach without it being about, oh, she might really like me. It's all about communication, right? It's all about transparency. But what Cam has going on is, I think, a little bit too deep for what I'm saying right now. Like, Cam is on some other shit, some real nasty, toxic. He disgusts me. His hair looks a mess. His outfits are a mess. He has this self-inflated ego that doesn't match up with who he actually thinks he is. And it's just cringe. I wish I didn't know who he was as far as, like, personally. I wish I just knew him for sports, you know, but at least I know he's trash. Every person he interviews, it's like, I shouldn't be watching this. Like, I shouldn't be hearing this. But I am. So now that I know he's trash, it's like, damn, Jasmine. Girl, I hope she wakes up one day, children and all. It's never too late to leave a dusty like Cam. Even though he has millions, he's still a dusty. He's a dusty with millions. That's it. It don't matter. I know a lot of men believe that every woman will date a man regardless of how trash he is if he has money. That's not fucking true. We gotta stop that shit too. No, no, no. There are plenty of men that I can probably try to seek out for his pockets, even if he's trash, because I'm not that ugly. If I wanted to make that my mission, I would have a long time ago. Hello? But no, every woman does not want a man like Cam Newton just because he has money. Believe it or not, there are women that have morals too. And I know that y'all believe that every woman doesn't, but whatever. There's a lot of women that would not be near Cam Newton. I wouldn't even want to be in the same room as him. If I can be even more transparent, no young girl or teenager should be near Cam Newton. No young teen or young woman should be near Cam Newton. I'm so serious. He literally is not someone that I would trust to be around, even though he's a father. There are plenty of fathers that do some shiesty to other women, okay? Jasmin is a fool to be sitting up in that house all day, cooking and slaving away and being proud of it for a man like that at that. What's going on? Are you okay? Is someone home? And this is what he thinks of women. That it's just crazy to me. I would hate to have a father like Cam Newton. My gosh, millions and all, mansion and all. I would hate. There's plenty of children that don't F with their parents that have a lot of money because they're trash parents. Honestly, I hate it. I hate all of this shit. Like, that interview really disturbed me. And I don't know if I can take any more from Cam Newton clips or any of that. Like, I don't even know why people are still going on his show. Like, that's a question I really have. I don't even know why people are still going on this man's show. Maybe it's for like clicks and engagements and attention, because anytime Cam Newton gives an interview, it's always going to trend because he always says dumb shit. So maybe people that go on the show want that same type of clicks and views. There's just no way in how I would ever sit across from Cam Newton and him interviewing me saying the dumbest shit ever and not even understanding the words that are coming out of his own mouth. I feel like I would lower my intelligence and my own status of whatever the hell I got going on in that moment. Like, I would not. Cam Newton is horrible. He's trash. He doesn't have a healthy view of intimacy or respect. He doesn't have a healthy view of a lot of shit. So that's enough. I think I spent enough time on Cam Newton's dumbass. Ugh. Stay away from men like Cam Newton. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.